There's a rumor that Kamalo is coming home to Zatambi.
Yes, Kamalo is coming home.
What will he do in Zatambi?
What did he do in Europe? Talk, 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 talk. That is what the African does in Europe. He wanders around in the cold, in his thin suits, and he talks. You would like to part there. There is a great deal of pomp. In Europe, the European is very civilized. When our delegations are ushered in, and our people have said what they came to say, the Europeans have a way of looking very hurt, as if they never heard of these things before. And presently, we sit there feeling almost if it is we who's been unreasonable. And then they stand up. It is always the Europeans who stand up first. And they say, well, there are undoubtedly some valid things in what you have to say. But we mustn't forget that there are some valid things in what the settlers said. Therefore, we will write reports, which will be forwarded to the Foreign Secretary, who will forward it to the Prime Minister, who will approve it for forwarding to the Foreign Secretary is a Zatambi, who will laugh, not even read it. That is what Kamalo has been doing in Europe. That is what he will do in Zatambi.
Sing! A commodity. Don't you understand, Sydney? Man, like I'm spawned from commodities and their purchases. Don't you know this? I'm running from being a commodity. How do you think I got this color, Sydney? Have you ever thought about it? I got this color from my grandmother being used as a commodity. Man, the buying and selling in this country began with me. Jesus, help me, you just don't understand! My father, you know, was a railroad porter who wiped up spit and semen, carried drinks and the white man's secrets for 30 years. And when the bell rang at night, he put on that white coat and this smile and this tray and this whisk broom and this paper bags and this smile to whatever the white man were bringing for 30 years. And my mother, she was a domestic. She always had, Mama always did, bits and pieces of this and that from the pantry of Miss Lady. And you know, some given, some taken. And she would always bring on this booty and sit it out on the kitchen table so we all could look at it. And my father, all the time, he would stand there and look at it and walk away. And then one night, he had some kind of fit. He just reached out and knocked all that stuff. The jelly, the piece of ham, the broken lamp, and the swine for me, and the two little vases. He just knocked all that stuff to the floor and he stood there screaming with tears running down his face. I ain't gonna let the white man leave his house no more. I ain't gonna let the white man throw away no more. And Mama, she stood there with her lips pursed together. And when he went to bed, she picked up whatever hadn't been ruined or smashed and fixed it up and put it in the closet. And we ate it and we used it because we had to survive. And she didn't have room for my father's pride. I don't want white man's leaving, Sydney. I couldn't marry her. I wrote her a note. Scene.
Of their instructors. So with the following actors come up and receive their certificate of completion. Ken Black. Emil Claremont. Deidre Clements. stay up. Camila Sears. Camila, there you are. Roz Fluker. Melissa Harvey. Richard Heath. Carolyn Hudson. There she is. Victor Huey. Lois Johnson. Victor?
Victor left.
Victor left, okay. Jerry Lawrence. Sophina Martin. Anisha Reese. Rhonda Rowe. Alexis Stewart. Sarah Wilder. Okay, there's yours, Sarah. There's yours. Eric Williams. And Gary Winston. Okay, actors, take a bow. Right, we'll have another workshop starting in January.